Alright, everybody. I have a little bit of a confession to make. I used to be kind of an XQC fan. Like, unironically. I used to be kind of an XQC fan. I used to just kind of, like, literally binge watch his videos reacting to Daily Dose of Internet or just freaking the fuck out about random shit. Like, I know that sounds kind of embarrassing, but, I mean, XQC does have some pretty golden moments, you know, from time to time. There's some pretty good moments. Hold on. XQC insane moments. There's got to be, like, a funny compilation I can show you. That would... Okay, clips that made XQC famous. This ought to get the point across of who this guy is. Because I'm sure there's some people here who have no idea who the fuck XQC is. So I'm going to play a little bit of a clip for you guys.
Analyzer, fucking moderator stance, sound filter, 6 monitors, pedals, drums, gaming guitar controllers, 6 consoles, 10 computers, bunch of fucking wires, sound pads, speakers, antenna, satellite, dog cam, cat tree, cat this, and a bunch of dogs, dude, right? They're ready to fucking analyze NASA's landing speeds, dude. I did.
Hey.
Good. Close the door.
You want to do this again?
Close the door.
You want to do it again?
I want to do it again?
You want to go again?
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna leave this last bit of a clip ready to play for when we get a little bit further into the segment, because I feel like the next clip is gonna be relevant in a moment. Anyway, XQC, funny guy. I actually do find him funny. I do find him entertaining. I used to even call myself a fan of XQC, though I'll admit I don't watch as much of him anymore. And for those of you guys wondering what's wrong with him, he has sort of like a crossover of 2 very serious mental disabilities. It's a condition called French Canadian. So don't be insensitive in the chat. Just kind of move on from that elephant in the room. There's been some lore, okay? There's been some lore developments behind the scenes that are a little bit concerning if you're an XQC guy, all right? If you're somebody who likes XQC, you may have felt a little bit of concern for our boy when some news came out recently that he and his wife, Adept, another popular streamer, I believe, were getting divorced. XQC, though he has kept it pretty on the down low, is a recently divorced man. And divorces happen. From what we can tell, there's been no giant, like, drama or anything like that. But yeah, he was recently divorced. And I believe this actually played a part in some drama that happened recently with XQC that I even defended him on pretty ardently. Because I felt like the shit he was getting was pretty unjustified in that particular drama. But that was when the divorce happened, and it's pretty clear to a lot of people, it seems like maybe that has played a factor in some of these red flags some people have noticed. So there's a Twitter bot called Big Stream Alerts that basically puts out tweets to update people on when big, you know, streamers and big popular celebrities have done something with their accounts that, you know, you wouldn't normally notice, right? And this one says, XQC followed Andrew Tate on April 6th at 3 p.m. Now, to be fair, follow does not equal endorsement, usually. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that like, XQC is a fan of, you know, a fan of Andrew Tate or anything. It could literally just mean he wants to follow Andrew Tate to see the dumb shit he's saying. But this was a little bit after this interaction happened. XQC tweeted, "Just sad lately, that's it, nothing else." And Andrew Tate replied, "I can fix you." And got 108, literally ratioed XQC. It is wild that we're literally at the tier where, like, a known sex trafficker who's like actively just sitting on his couch with an ankle monitor on while the Romanian government or the Romanian FBI puts together one of like the biggest cases in their country's entire history to take this guy down and put him away for like probably decades. Like he's still pulling like hundreds of thousands of likes per tweet. Full-on admitted sex trafficker. No, not alleged. No, don't say alleged. Admitted. He's admitted to it. He's on video admitting it. Let's not pretend like he's not. If we, you know what? Because I know that like people do like to pretend like this doesn't exist. We'll go ahead and Andrew Tate admitting to Loverboy method. All right. So yeah, for those that don't know, and obviously I imagine XQC knows this. He's a content creator. He's like a large streamer, and he's been like in this conversation about all of this for a while. He knows Andrew Tate is an admitted sex trafficker. I don't think he cares. I think he's just kind of like clout-brained.
I walked in there and said, listen, I've committed multiple felonies. Am I going to go to jail? Well, probably. Well, then see ya. Bye.
Yeah. It wasn't nearly as big. And I found this little webcam thing, and I was like, this might be some money. So I text all my girlfriends, I think it was 5 of them, text all 5, said, you're all coming here to live with me and work with me. So Tristan will tell you the story. He'll tell you. All 5 flew in, picked them all up. They're all sitting there. I sat around the same table. Listen, I need to get paid, right? I'm broke now. I have no money. I'm running out of money. So I put them all around the same table. And I was like, look, we're going to start a webcam business. You're going to stay. You're going to live in London. I'm going to look after you. And we're going to get rich. We're going to be a team. And they're all like, well, who's this bitch? I'm like, she's my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend. She's my girl. You're all my chicks. And you're going to stay here and we're going to make some money. Big fight kicks off, blah, 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 blah. 3 left, 2 stayed. Those are my first 2 girls. And we started this little webcam business from my apartment. And it just grew and grew and grew. And it got to the point where at one point I had 75 women working for me in 4 locations. Damn. And I was doing $600,000 a month. This is in the UK. So, but this leads into the story of why I moved to Romania. So at the height of my webcam pimping, I think I'm the king of the world, right? I have all...
At the height of my webcam pimping... Why? Why would he sit there? He's that clip. When he says, when I was at the height of my webcam pimping, that clip is going to be played in a fucking courtroom. Oh, that's rough.
All these women, da-da-da. But the problem is, my first 2 girls who worked for me because they loved me. I love this man, from the ghetto streets to the hotel suites. So we're working together, but then once you get bigger, you start hiring girls who don't love you. They're in it.
He's just describing he's just word for word describing the Loverboy sex trafficking method. He's so fucked. Andrew Tate is so fucked. Zan, be careful. Fresh and Fit like to take down any video that has them in it. I'll argue it quite well. Like I'll argue it and get a big shitstorm going if that happens. It's only playing the bits where Andrew Tate's talking, though.
For the money. And then I had one girl, and she got too drunk one day, and she threw up in my apartment. I told her to clean up. She refused to clean up, started being an idiot. So I took her stuff, threw out the window. You never hit a girl, right? Can't do that. But if all the other girls see me be disrespected, they're going to lose respect for me.
Facts.
Right?
Yep.
So when she's like, I ain't cleaning that up, you get that. So I was like, look, I don't care. And she was my biggest earning girl. She made me on her own maybe $25,000 a month.
Oh, shit.
So I didn't want to fire her. And she knew I didn't want to fire her, which is more reason why I had to fire her ass. So I was like, all right, cool. You want to be a gangster? Right, you're a gangster. Got her shit. We're like high up. We're like high up, like here. It was just out the window. So I throws out the window. Got her by her 2 arms and marched her out the door, locked the door. End of it. She starts texting me, you owe me my last month's wages. You owe me my money. Give me my money. Did I text her back? I ain't paying you nothing. You threw up my blah, 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 blah.
Okay. So, yeah, he just goes on to just admit to crimes for a while longer, and there's a lot of videos of him just admitting to the crimes he's being investigated for, so it's pretty safe to say Andrew Tate is fucked. Like, regardless of whether or not, like, XQC becomes an Andrew Tate simp or whatever and becomes the next, like, Sneeko and Aiden Ross, like, Andrew Tate's going to be locked up long-term very soon, so I have a sneaking suspicion that's not going to really matter regardless. But I still do think that it's worth looking into, the sort of political degradation of XQC, because just 22 hours ago, one of his clip channels uploaded a video called XQC Takes the Political Compass Test with Chat. And I was told I should watch this 3-minute portion an hour into the video for, I guess, the most notable bit, I suppose.
People with inherent disabilities should not be allowed to. Chat. What would be a serious inheritable disabilities?
So the question is, people with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. So the question is, are you in favor of eugenics or no? Do you strongly disagree with eugenics, disagree with eugenics, agree with eugenics, or strongly agree with eugenics?
What would that be? Like something wicked.
There's a few people in chat that said eugenics. A few, you know, smart XQC fans.
Insane.
Very rare, but there's a few of them in there.
I don't think that's eugenics, is it?
Oh, well, there we go. There we go.
Chat. I mean, brother. I guess I don't know, man. It's like a post-traumatic Down syndrome. I don't know what the fuck that is. What the fuck? That's the fucking video.
There is no post-traumatic Down
me,
syndrome.
Man, well,
that is a good meme,
dude,
though.
why do you guys feed me bullshit in chat? It's impossible to do this shit if you guys do that. Guys, this is really tough. Guys, what I would say was serious, bro. If I have a heart that's just completely bugged, and I was gonna give it down to somebody under me, right? And my partner was somebody who was, I don't know, like missing both arms and.
We've literally got the Nazis in the chat spamming salutes eugenics supporter.
And like could barely breathe without a machine, then like, do I want to like evolve that, yo? Like genetically?
What is he talking about?
It's just kind of like it.
You have to watch a lot of XQC before you can understand a word of what this guy says, I guess. Like it's like speaking a language. You have to like learn it over time, and then you can just understand what he says flawlessly. But if it's your first time, you're just like, what the fuck is he saying?
It's gonna be a burden for the whole squad. Always after the government.
Yeah, serious disabilities like being French Canadian. Hold on, I mentioned that earlier. Wait, spot on.
Ah, shit. If I'm not equipped to make my own choice at that point, I mean, it's an uphill battle. What if my serious inherited disability is so strong I can't even make my own choice properly? Then what? Then GG? Then it's just infinite problem? Yo, listen. I'm sorry, man. Listen.
Okay, so I do think XQC would likely walk it back, but oof. Him marking that he agrees with eugenics is rough. Now, to be fair, XQC is pretty dumb, and all these things up until this point, I'm actually willing to, like, if it was just this, I feel like people would be making a mountain out of a molehill, you know? Like, I don't think that, like, a depressed dude who just got divorced, like, following Andrew Tate on Twitter is necessarily a sign that he's going full, like, you know, down the worst path necessarily. Or even, like, if he has, like, a cringe take about something he clearly doesn't understand. If he knew it was eugenics, he wouldn't have answered that. If he actually knew it was eugenics, like, that's what eugenics is trying to, like, use the banning of certain people being able to breed to like, supposedly make the human gene pool perfect. Like, if he knew that's what eugenics was, I'm pretty sure he'd be like, oh, shit, yeah, that is eugenics. Oh, no. And he probably wouldn't agree with it. That's what I would have guessed, but there's been a video that's gone viral. A lot of people are talking about this, and a lot of people are, of course, considering the fact that, as I've mentioned a million times, the entire culture of our, you know, of the internet right now is biased in favor of everything conservative, pretty much, except for with Sneeko. But even then, the thing that everybody hates Sneeko for is him being a cuck. No, like, nobody hates Sneeko because he's, like, most people in, like, the general, like, popular culture don't hate Sneeko for any other reason than because he's a cuck. That's literally the vast majority of people's reasons for hating Sneeko. So it's for, like, a conservative-ish reason in the first place. But even then, regardless, moving on from that, this video went viral. everyone's defending XQC for this clip. I think this clip in particular is the most revealing as to like what XQC's beliefs are. Yeah, obviously Charlie's not like all of popular internet culture. I'm talking about like the overwhelming, like just broad, like where are people leaning generally? Like what's the most common insult and reason people give for not liking Sneeko? Oh, because he's a cuck hypocrite. Like, okay, not because he's like, you know, massively bigoted as well. Like that generally doesn't come up because most people don't consider that a like a deal breaker for them.
Bro, listen. I'm sorry. I respect all creators. I do. I just think that buying OnlyFans shit is one of the most degenerational action of mankind.
Brother, just know you bring genuine joy and happiness to people who need it. When you're on your deathbed,
Of mankind,
you
like actually,
so bad
like
vibes,
legitimately.
quote nobody. Don't call
It is
me
one of the
Jason
most
Weller.
deliberate
If I told my clients I
life
hated for you, I would
backpedaling, progress hindering, brain rotting activity that anybody's ever come up with. Now, on top of that, they fucking pay for it.
So basically he starts the little clip with saying, I respect all creators, but then goes on to say that people who support sex workers that make content on OnlyFans are massive losers who are actively participating in the degeneration of society. He doesn't really add any caveats to that. He says, seriously, no, I think it is like the most generational thing for our society. He seems to be like on board with the Andrew Tate like fan idea that like OnlyFans is unironically destroying the West. This is what, of course, Sneeko said recently in a debate with Destiny. And then Destiny trolled him by saying, oh yeah, I think Hitler said the same thing. And Sneeko was like, wait, this might have been Aiden Ross. I mix them up a lot. Was like, wait, no way. And Destiny was like, yeah, no, he wrote it in Mein Kampf too. He said that OnlyFans is the greatest danger to the West. And for like 3 to 5 straight minutes, Aiden Ross believed that there was a Mein Kampf 2 that said, in Hitler's words, that OnlyFans was the greatest, risk to the West. I'm not kidding. Aiden Ross fell for that one. That is how dumb these Andrew Tate orbiters are. Specifically, the very stupid people who think they're a lot smarter than they are. That's the type of people that are attracted to Andrew Tate's sphere, to his orbit. Now, obviously, he directly contradicts himself here. It is very clear that, XQC does not respect all creators, particularly those that do sex work on OnlyFans, if he believes that those that are actively supporting their ability to make a living, like allowing them to pay rent, allowing them to keep the lights on, allowing them to keep food on the table and a roof above their head, like claiming that those people are committing a morally wrong action that is destroying society, no matter what, just by supporting those creators. How can you respect those creators then? I feel like you're just saying that to avoid people calling you out. Now, so many people got mad about my interpretation of this tweet, because of this clip. I quote tweeted this clip, and I'm very proud of my take because it's completely correct, like all my takes are. And naturally, I got shit for it, but that's to be expected from being correct on the internet. You're gonna get shit for that. I tweeted the following: just last night on stream, I was saying the majority of hatred for iDubbbz and Anissa comes from the fact that our culture has nearly unanimously decided women, sex workers, I added women in like parentheses because generally it's like women who are sex workers that get this treatment, not so much men. Women who are sex workers are not worthy of human respect, love, or anything close to acceptance. And this is objectively true. This is objectively what these people believe. They really do believe that like our culture is pretty much unanimously decided that women who do sex work are not worthy of respect, love, or acceptance. It's why so many people, even that are on the right, actively see anyone who dates a sex worker who does like OnlyFans as like a cuck or worthy of like getting shit on or whatever. They do it with iDubbbz and they do it with a lot of other people, which is ironic because prior to OnlyFans, it used to be that, like, being a dude who was dating a porn star was, like, a badge of honor, right? They still say it about Trump, right? Like, oh, that, you know, they still give Trump, props for fucking Stormy Daniels because she's a porn star, even though it's, like, currently a scandal. They'll say, oh, no, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, until, you know, they're chatting it up on, like, their own podcast. They're like, yeah, he railed that porn star. But he's not a cuck for fucking a porn star, or being married to a porn star, for that matter, because he's Trump and he agrees with them. And for that matter, I think there's actually another large factor to this. The traditional porn industry, especially if we go back in history a bit, really wasn't that empowering to women. There certainly was the pay gap that benefited women over men. That's always kind of been a thing in the porn industry when it comes to the actors. But, like, outside of that, there was still a lot of shit going on in the mainstream porn industry that kind of made that benefit not so worth it. But nowadays, with OnlyFans, the same opportunity that's for a long time, let's be real, a lot of skinny, white, nerdy dudes online have had to basically create their own career as, like, a gaming streamer or gaming YouTuber, talking about whatever the fuck they want, doing what I did. That option, while it was open to women, obviously, the bias has always been in favor of men. If you're trying to start a career as, like, a long-term sustainable career as a gaming content creator, being a guy is going to, you know, give you more benefit in the long run than being a woman. No matter how hot you are, no matter how much you can booby stream or whatever, if you're trying to build a long-term sustainable actual community, you're going to benefit more from being a guy. That's indisputable. Most of the largest streamers are all guys. Most of the highest earning streamers are all guys. This is just objectively true. And so with OnlyFans, pretty much any girl who's over 18 years old can theoretically make an account. Not everyone, but anyone could make an account and potentially make a decent living. And regardless of how realistic that idea is, it's actually not that realistic. Most people, the vast majority of people who make OnlyFans accounts are not making a living off of it, believe me. Despite that, the perception from guys is that any girl, the second she turns 18, if she's even a little bit hot, can all of a sudden just start an OnlyFans and just live the easy life. And dudes are terrified of this. They are really, really scared of it. That's what they see as degenerational. That just like guys have had as an option pretty easily for a while now with content creation. Not saying women can't become content creators and haven't been able to, but let's be honest, the most YouTubers, most streamers are guys. I think there's a lot of jealousy there, and I think there's a lot of fear there. It's the same reason why so many incels are overwhelmingly upset about the way things are now with dating. A lot of women have more business opportunities and education opportunities and just abilities to do their own thing and not need to get into a relationship, get married, and have a guy to take care of them their whole lives. And so they're not settling as much for shitty guys, and those shitty guys are forming entire communities online to circle jerk with using each other's tears as lubricant while they cry about how awful women are. And I'm really, really afraid that that's what XQC has fallen into. This idea that, like, sex work in the form of OnlyFans has given self-made sex worker women too much power and agency over their job in a way that they see as, like, it's too much equality for them, I guess, you know. But yeah, that's my take on this, but I don't really know what else I have to say about it. I think that's really all.